So, extreme weather over here, we actually doing the part 2 for the live streaming. The activity are still going on over day, but I just I was trying to say, going to get started. The will going back to the moderate risk area, then it's going to get a little bit worse when we get a little bit closer to the moderate risk. So far, there's already been lots of tornadoes. Like it's been at least like 6, but not very a lot. But really could be a lot good amount for the severe potential for those tornadoes out there. It's just insane how much there are in a big area. You can see around here, all of that area is a big tornado risk for those severe weather, and also there's a little scroll line. That's what it is going on over day, but I mean day night, because I was trying to figure out what it is to get information about the fires and also the severe weather going on over day. But you can get closer to the eventually the possibility that tornado event in your case is created by it. Very is still going to be there, the tornado outbreak, but this is what it is. Very soon, it's already been like at around very like 1 hour ago or 2 hours ago was the inside the moderate risk. Very soon in the middle the moderate risk. Then it will be eventually the end of the moderate risk and the storm. We need to keep on it over day and then day out for this severe weather and the record strong winds is at the max winds at night time. The max wind already reduced all the way to 100 per hour winds, but eventually some areas over here already got to the max wind point all the way to 141 per hour wind hurricane wind gust. That's what I was talking about. Some areas could get to around 100 per hour. All of this area is going to get more than 6 plus wind gusts. In the pink is 28, but in the browns or the pink is very, very strong wind gust, because it's just going to be extreme over the day, because it's very intensifying over day and day out for it to see it coming to your way, for it to intensify for the severe weather advancing, because it's just much more stronger winter, because the storm and the inflow and a little warm area in that there. It's just incredible how much it is impacted by it, the storm region, because it's massive low pressure take it up, and the supercell thunderstorm started growing, but more flattened when you get to the top. Right, you can see like on the satellite looking it down, you can see a little bit bigger flat when you get a little bit closer to it. But there's a lot of very interesting threats for it. just really hard to keep on it over day and day out for it. For like lots of snow, but you can see there's not lots of activity on the behind it. It's already almost headed toward the round the Great Lakes. We need to keep an eye on it for it. Keep on it for could be possibility of it for those amazing tornadoes region, and also there's been a lot of hill reports of a lot of very interesting over day in and day out words, because I was told people what it is going happening for this live streaming, but it's just people just don't know still the risk about the weather and still on the reports. It's just amazing for it all the way to round the report starts round there and then ran up to like a big report area. There's the big report area around this region, this level for it to come, and also to this the second area still going to appearing about it for this live streaming. It's just so much still paid on it, but people still don't know how much the risk going to take their place for it over day and day outward for it over the night for it to seeing it over a night time for it to come to over day and day outwards. This is just how much is impacted by your areas to see it. You're coming for it to coming for your areas to impact you, but I want to keep an eye on it for the next couple of weeks for the severe weather, because it's just going to pat on it for its event for it this year. We need to keep eye on it for it happen over years to pay eye on it for the weather, and also says on it ways to keep on much is going to risk just going to get stronger over day. That's how much it will changes over time, because it's just how much the water advancing over the day and the day outwards. Going PI on it for the record chance for the damage wind threat. Hopefully is there is over in the days outwards, but hopefully this not gonna be impacted by your area soon by it, because it's very big by the zone area, by the range over time by it. Well, it's just unlikely the sources by the weather. So it's on and appearing by the weather, but still the interesting by the storming. Very we are to see massive, very very strong wind area by it. Each region, and it will be a like good picking point eventually about the severe weather very soon. But the storm is on it by the weather, and you can see the boundary over day and day, and nighttime and day for the weather over day and day outwards. So just pay eye on it over time for the see it happening over night time or day to see it happen near over years. Just hopefully this year is not gonna be a major year for tornadoes over next couple of years. Over the next years. We need to pat on it for it to major. Well, hopefully this nothing amazing, but we do actually just keep eye on it for it to be an amazing severe weather event out round 6 as well. That's when it is just going to get a little bit closer, but it's just nothing amazing to see it over day and a day outwards. Hopefully there's nothing amazing about severe weather, but I wait until the next severe weather next year. It's just gonna be eventually hopefully that the cold air then catch up to us. We need to pay eye on it. Well, it's just not exciting news about that severe weather event, but behind it, really dry and fire additional inside that area. You kind of see how much it is happening over day in and day out for the 13th. Well, it's just hard to tell what is amazing about the this time of year for the fire, but when we get a little bit closer to the fire around Texas region, we can kind of see it a little bit better, feel what is happening, because the fire actually happened this time, and it's going to get a little bit weakening, but the smoke blew outwards, and nothing much more fiery, but there's still lots of fire could be around it. Keep going until probably we don't know. And in Mexico, happening a little bit fires, but not really big, but little tiny ones as well. When the smoke blew it away from the winds, gusting over days, when it will see very strong wind gusting over and a day outwards. Hopefully we can doubt how to do each things to it over nighttime and day by way for it to appearing very soon it as well for it to shout out for the weather in New York area. This is just how much is example how much impact by it by the temperature. So temperature changes over day and day outwards for the weather as well. We need to pi on it over nighttime and day for the weather in case will happening for this amazing live streaming for it as well. Yeah, hopefully this is just going more intensify it by the weather for it to show what it is going happening for this videos. Just we need to keep eye on it for happening in the chatting bar about it. This is just the part of it, the actually advance, but it's not going to intensify not yet. But it's just so far nothing amazing by it. But it's just maybe I will just checking it for you guys for the weather for what is going on over day and day outwards for the snowfall in the areas in the like around the squall line. But because we had a very warm and very warm and very cold and dry area, you get a little bit moderate risk for severe weather, but on this area, but this zone about that severe potential you get when you get closer to the box of the watch happening and day out words for it for the stream. We to keep on it for the weather forecasting for any case happening in the chat just for it to show up. Well, just hypnotizing for the viewers. Well, we need to keep on it for the video, but still not very extreme things. But I want to show what is currently see what is happening in the video by the weather advancing. This is just one part of the amazing system. Just hopefully this never going to happen next for like amazing snowfall and another low pressure system on the west, and we need to keep eye on it for the snowfall. this part is still could be concerned about the severe weather part. Hopefully, eventually, just slowly breaking downwards. I was trying to say slowly, eventually weakening. Because inside that zone, there's still could be a possibility of weakening. Because the surface level happening, and that's a fear. Because we saw it in case it's happening for it. But there's a large tornado chances, but behind it there's not lots of chances, but we have lots of cave. But when you spread outwards, not very much, but very interesting. What there's lots of precipitation, but there's lots of bug share in the system. That's where it is going curling into it for like winter frozen and also how much snow falling behind that system. Average of it over a day and day outwards for the streaming. It's just behind it. It's gonna be a large thunder storms. We need to pen high on it for this stream. For and enjoy it. Well, it's just very weary about the weather, about how much current about the weather. And then hopefully this not very well changes over and hopefully this not gonna be much impacted, but it could be slowly weakening by the shears. But there's lots of fires in the North Texas still high risk for the fires zone. Need to check about that. How much it will changes. Very evolving about it. Worrying about how much chance for the severe weather advancing. It's just how much going cursing about it. There are not much, but it's lots of damage of hail threats appearing very shortly. Because it's just gonna be a very long day for it advancing, for it to coming, to hopefully it will coming on your way for it to towards your region for like severe weather. Much maybe need you guys to see happening, type in and try to show what it means me for it happening going on with the weather these days. It's just recently very strong and powerful system for it to enjoy it, but it is too surprisingly to see the weather happening the next video I will post it for tomorrow. Still really bad for the weather advancing. It's happening still. Well, it's just very, very long day for it. Hopefully it will coming over days and a day advancing for this stream. Well, this is just gonna be a very long day for the weather because hopefully in case we don't know what happening again about the weather. So it's really hard to tell with the snow and the precipitation slowly dissipating. But severe on this side, very snowy on this side. We need to keep on it, each area advancing for it to appearing for the weather each day. And how much is changing and days advancing. Hopefully it's never changing with a severe weather. This depending on each area will impact your region and as well how much is going crazy changing with the weather. There's nothing else. There's very weirdly about weather. It's just how much will impact by it in your region about the weather and to improve things on my own to show you what the best tools out there, and maybe in the future I will eventually doing a tier list for the weather and stuff. Nobody else doing it, then I will doing so far of it. Show you what is the best tools in the tier list. But this is just so far. This is extreme weather out here. Yeah. So this is the additional the with the weather through list. Just going changing over